Hi guys, this is Simone from Epica.
And this is Isaac from Epica.
And you are watching
Toasted!
Epica, it's a Dutch band, and how proud we are at you guys because, 90,000 followers on Spotify, for instance, successful world tours, Boomer Rock's export prize yesterday. Congrats to that.
Thank you. Yeah, we're on the road, 13 years now, 6 studio albums. We like to travel, tour worldwide, and I think through that we've got a very solid fan base, which keeps on growing.
How did you establish that? Throughout the years.
How you can establish that? Well, I guess it all starts with music, and then so I think we pretty much like to dot the I's and just to make good music, what we feel is good music, and of course the fans. You need to return to every region, and for instance South America, there we're pretty popular, and that's because the band was there from the beginning on, and you need to invest in that.
You're a really good example for starting up bands like Dutch bands or any band, but specifically in Holland. It's hard to get out there and be successful. What do you think about that? What's your main advice you think you could give to a band?
Well, what Isaac said before is that we invested so much time in touring. We were very young when we started off, so of course no big bills to pay, so a lot of time you can invest in music. Get yourself out there, use the internet, use YouTube to get in touch with people. Nowadays it's easier to find other bandmates from around the world because lots of bands, our colleagues, are scrambled bands from different countries. And there are very few bands where all the band members come from the same city or same village. So yeah, use the internet, and nowadays you can make a pretty decent production on your computer at home. And that's my advice, I say.
For me, the best advice is do it with passion. Whatever you do it with passion, and try to stand out. Don't do what the band next door is doing. Just do something different. Don't follow advices from record company, or of course you have to take them into consideration, but do what you like, and some people say, I prefer the more poppy stuff or more ballads, but I'm a metalhead. I want to play metal, so every time I come up with a song it's probably gonna be heavy stuff, and whatever someone says, I make the music I like, and I think that's the best advice I could give to any starting band. Passion, and go for what you like.
Today, Fortarock 2015. Have you seen any bands? You're enjoying it?
I just came in like half an hour ago. I didn't have much time yet, but I hope I can see some bands later on. But we'll be hitting the stage pretty soon ourselves, and after that, it's bedtime for me.
Why? Are you tired after? Or is it really intense?
I got a small baby, so I'm tired all the time. Small child. Thanks.
She has 5 babies in the band, so.
Is it a boy?
Yeah, it's a boy.
Oh, more guys in the band. Oh, you can deal with guys, I guess.
Yeah.
You should. How do you cope with that?
Well, I've been training for 13 years, and I finally got the key, to the whole situation. I should not expect them to think like a girl. I should just get some balls and think like a man. And I think I can do that right now. So.
Quantum Enigma last year came out, a successful, good, nice production, good response. Follow up to that. So how do you work on songs like that? Because they're long, they're quite difficult sometimes, very thematical. How do you work on these songs?
Well, this time we did it a little different. We used to, because Simone lives in Germany, I live in Belgium, the others in Holland, spread out throughout the country. So usually we would write it in our home studio, send files through the internet. But this time, because actually Simone was pregnant back then, we turned it into a positive thing. And actually what is very normal for most bands, we rehearsed together. And so we wrote the songs individually. Then we sat together with first like the let's say the metal band, drums, bass, guitar, and then made sure that that the song was solid already on itself without all the orchestration and all that. And then we went on like putting all the details on top of it, the vocal lines. At her place they worked on the vocal lines in the meantime, and so it was a very dynamic process which took a lot of time, but that was totally worth it. and so we switched things around a little, and it paid off in the end. It was very, you don't know what to expect because it was new, like a new approach, but actually it was very refreshing for us as a band, and the result sounds refreshing too, I think. Yeah.
But so, is it a lot of discussions within the band? Because you've got quite difficult music to play sometimes, and orchestra around that, lyrical-wise themes. Do you discuss a lot of things with the band?
Yeah, we are a democratic band, so everybody's got equal important opinion. But we have a producer, which we basically put in charge to keep an overview of everything. And all the band members, excluding me, wrote songs. And then, of course, in the end, you have to pick a couple of the songs. You cannot put all the songs on the record. And then it's very difficult to stay objective. So we have a producer helping us with that. And we put great trust in him. His name is Joost van den Broek. First time we worked with him. Recorded in a different studio. But I must say, everything felt so right. We were so ready for this change. Like Isaac said, being like a normal band, because we live so far apart from each other. It was touring and then quickly writing CDs, recording and touring, and that everything mixed up. And now we took a break from touring to really dig into the material and not finish until it's completely done and that we're all satisfied. And we are all very much satisfied.
How do you get inspired by writing lyrics, for instance, or do you all do that together?
Well, it's Mark Janse, the other guitarist and vocalist, and me are responsible for the lyrics. He comes up with the theme, and then we kind of, in the early stage, we decide, when the songs are still demos, we decide who gets to write the song for which, the lyrics for which song. Yeah. Mostly he writes the own lyrics for the songs that he's written because they lie close to his heart, and we're very, very easy on that. And he just tells me the guideline, and I try to write songs underneath that topic that is all like fitting nice together. Inspirations Mark gets from quantum physics. He loves the Mayan culture. He's very spiritual, and I guess I have become more spiritual than I was in the, before. I was very sober. Still, I'm kind of sober-minded, but we kind of complement each other. Yeah. So I write more about my personal environment, stuff that I go through, and he is very scientific, spiritual, and I fit in the philosophical corner.
New festival. Epic Metal Fest. Congratulations to that too. How did this idea come up?
Oh well, it's been hanging in the air for a couple of years actually. We did the retrospect show, which was also at Klokgebouw. Yes. We sold that one out. So that was already like
90 different countries people came from.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but over I think.
Divided by half, and then you're right.
Yeah, don't exaggerate.
45 then, 45.
Thinking big is good.
Yeah, exactly. But, that's great to have that.
Yeah, and then so we saw that was a pretty huge success, and we sold out Paradiso, 013, Tivoli, and I mean then you either go to Klokgebouw again or the
Stadium,
Heineken Music Hall, but that's maybe too long shot. So, and then we also, we thought of why don't we do something ourselves again, and so we already had the experience with Retrospect, and it's basically Epica and friends, people we've toured with or gonna tour with, like Helveti or Fear Factory. Epica recorded a cover of Fear Factory, so it's all kind of related to the band, and it's it's a new opportunity to do something different and exciting, and we hope that it goes well, and if it goes well, we can do it more often. Yeah.
Do you think that you can also trying to maybe help new bands as a little platform that you can help them or something like that? Do you think about that?
Well, we basically, the whole band and our management and the whole Epica family made a list of bands which we would love to play on the festival, and then we approached them. So also maybe a little bit smaller bands got the opportunity to play, but as a festival / band, we have to come up with a cool lineup. So you have to have a couple of good big names that are totally known in the scene. Yes. And
it's the first time you do it, so we wanted to be like, okay, if it's announced, we need to have like cool bands, and if you would start with unknown smaller bands, that's cool for the bands, but it's still a risk you take, so you want to avoid that it costs a lot of money or something. So for the first edition, if that goes well, then next year we can maybe make it bigger and add more bands, because you have no idea how many requests we get now.
Really?
Like we just announced it. No,
It's in the press a lot yesterday.
So many bands sending mails now, like, oh, we want to play on that. But for this year, the lineup is already wrapped up.
You give any more names? Because there was a couple of new to be announced.
No, we can't.
Shit.
Unfortunately not. Yeah, zip it. Yeah.
But that's wrapping up the year basically, 22nd of November 2015, and then back into the studio. I hear.
Yeah, we're
in the follow-up.
Yeah, we have 2 more tours coming up. North America, US, and Canada.
Headlining tour.
Headlining tour with Elevite and Scar Symmetry. We do a European tour with Elevite and Scar Symmetry, and then we take Elevite also with us. So we had the opportunity last year to go, but our tour got cancelled like 2 weeks before, so we were kind of buggered about that. But we're gonna make up to the fans. This time we're really coming over.
Yeah, nice one. So, you got any specific songs you want to play for them, or do you got a different set list normally for the American crowd or whatever crowd?
No, actually not. I think we always play. Of course, it's actually now, because the other tour got cancelled, it's the first tour we do for the Quantum Enigma. And those songs are, I think, because what I mentioned earlier, that we rehearse together, like to have the basics really tight and really good. They're great live songs. So we play a great amount of those songs. And then from every album, there's going to be songs from every album.
For instance, sing a song like Kingdom of Heaven Part 2 and Part 1 and 3. How do you work on these kind of things?
Well, those are mainly the long motherfuckers, as we call them. So if we play 3 of them, then a set on a festival is done. Yeah. So we try to include 1 or 2 during a full headline show, like when we play almost 2 hours. Right. Then we like to include the long songs, but when we are playing on a festival like today, we like to play more. We like to play the short and powerful songs in combination with the longer classics. So we got to keep the audience interested, because at a festival not everybody knows you, so you got to like boom boom hit them with songs, so they go to the merchandise and buy our CD.
So you're up in soon, here's on this big stage behind us. Are you excited? Are you nervous for these kind of gigs?
I guess it's homecoming. I mean, we've been playing bigger stages for a longer time, and I actually get more nervous for smaller crowds somehow. It's closer, it's more intimate, and I just love the festival season. I love the weather. Everybody's in a good mood. I love the smell of the festivals, the beer, the other stuff. So that specific scent, which defines a festival. I'm very excited, because it's the main stage. We're playing before Slipknot. We got a great slot, so we're very happy.
So what can we expect from the coming months?
Well, we have now the festival season, so we're gonna be all over Europe, and then we have the tours coming up. So basically the whole year is already planned, and in the meantime I'm writing songs, or everyone is writing songs.
How far are you with the new album?
I have 3 songs, like 3 setup songs.
That's 30 minutes probably then?
It's it could be, yeah. And then I have lots of stuff on the shelf, so I just need to find the time in between organizing festivals and doing summer.
Inspiration enough then?
Yeah, well, basically, yeah. But once I can sit down in my studio and be with my coffee, and then stuff is coming out automatically. So everyone is writing now, then we're gonna sit together, put it on a big pile, and then sit together with the producer and think of which songs will make it, and so yeah.
Cool. I think a lot of people are waiting for that, so wicked. I wish you all the best, guys, and hopefully see you soon. Good luck for today, and thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Have a nice time yourself.
Thanks for having me.